Okay, so this is my tutorial on how to create an image of the Maasai itself. So I am taking the paint from there, and that's the orange paint. So I filled it up, and then I'm trying to create the face of the Maasai. So I'm changing the color to black, and I am going to create my face there. I'll try to make sure that it is an oval, okay, and not very big or not very small. The size is very important. I'm trying to create the neck there using the wavy line. So I am using the straight line now to create the neck. However, my neck doesn't look very okay to me, so I am going to redo it. As part of art learners community, or as artists or as art students, we always need to try again over and over so that we can achieve a greater effect. And there is the body along with the arm there. So the hand is being created, and that's the other side of the arm. And then I want to create the hand or the arm above the elbow. However, it looks quite thin, so I try to create it more thicker, and then I use a triangular shape there, and I created my hand there. Next thing that I'm going to do is I am trying to create the chest there, and yeah, I have to imagine how the chest would look because the person is not facing straight. He is looking towards the left. I am now trying to elongate the neck a bit and to create the shoulder there. So I use a wavy line, and now I am going to use the straight line to create the arm again. And that arm, I have tried to give it a triangular shape. Okay, and it's in the triangular form. Now that's the arm below the elbow. Yeah, it's in the triangular form, and there is the triangle there, and I'm using the wavy line to give it a back. But remember, it shouldn't really be straight because the person is looking on the other side. So there you go, and then I am trying to elongate the chest till the lower half of the body. Well, now creating the lower body, and yes, I need to give my object some bottoms there, but I need to also adjust the shape. Now I'm trying to create the front side, but I'm not very satisfied, so I am trying to use a wavy line again to create the knees. Now I'm thinking of creating the pot. So there's my pot. It should have been a bit above the hand, but it's very small. You can create it bigger as well, more larger. Now I'm trying to paint it black, and I'm trying to paint the hand black as well. But when I paint it black, the hand disappears, so I am using a straight line again to create a triangular form and to paint it up there again. But since I'm struggling in that small area to paint it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to color within the hand. So there you go, my hand is done. And now I'm trying to largen the pot. However, it's not working out, so I've left it the way it is. Moving on, yes, I was trying to paint the body, however I had forgotten to close the body. So there you go, I am drawing the line down there and closing the body, and now I can paint it black. And I painted the hand black and that small area there on the arms. Now what I need to do is I need to create some jewelry for my Maasai. So I'm trying to create the chain. Yeah. And then I am trying to create the necklace or the chain, however you may perceive. So I'm using the white. Now I was thinking that in the future, maybe 15-20 years down the line, I feel Maasais will be the most talented businessmen. So I'm trying to make my Maasai look like a businessman there, and for that I am trying to create a tie for it. So there is my tie there, and I'm still in the process of creating it. I'd like to give my tie some more colors there to make it more fancier. Okay, so to make it more fancy, I'll be adding some more colors there, which I will do later, but now I'm trying to create designs or patterns for the lower part. And the curves there, yes, they look lovely. You can go much more slower and choose your own kind of patterns and designs. And I've tried to create a pattern as though they are the petals of the flowers. And now, yeah, I am trying to close the pattern there to make it look much more better, and I am using the dots. They're part of the African pattern there. You can always be more creative and think of how your Maasai would look in the future and what would it be doing, whether it could be on Mars or whether it could be doing any kind of creative work which we would all be shocked of. Okay, so I'm giving it some zigzag patterns there, or the cross you can say. So I'm trying to finish it up, and now I want to close down that pattern, so I'm using a line again to give it a finesse. Straight lines are much more easier to use compared to the wavy lines, but we're all different. And now I am trying to create a triangular pattern there. So this is a star-like shape, but before that I want to know till where should I be putting my stars, and those are my stars there. Yeah, remember, marking the space is very important. How much space do you want to use to create the object? Now these are the bangles that the Maasais wear, and then there are the bangles on the other hand. Okay, So I'm done with that. I'm trying to design my tie much more and to make it colorful, as I had mentioned earlier. I'm trying to also give it a star, which would be in red color, and now I'm trying to use the yellow to paint. So okay, that's not a problem. If the color of the tie has changed, it can always be fixed. This is art. There's nothing right or wrong there. I'm trying to recollect my color here, and I am creating my tie there. Remember, you can design it. This is just a demo on how to do it. So your Maasai could be dancing, it could be sitting, it could be jumping, however you would like. I'm trying to design the pot next. I assume that my Maasai hasn't forgotten its root, although it has evolved and it has become a great businessman. However, the roots are very important, and so the pot is still there with him. The pot is a representation of the traditional values that the Maasai has still preserved until the future. And yes, there I've tried to use some circular patterns and some diamond patterns, and this is his bag. It's of a very different kind of shape. And I'm going to give it the handle there. To use the wavy line is a bit of a tricky thing. So until we get the practice, yeah, I'm going to keep on trying. As an IB learner, we should always be open-minded and ready to learn and ready to try to fix our mistakes. Yes, I was elongating the hand there so that it can reach the handle of the bag, and I've painted the bag black. And now I need to create the patterns within the bag. So this is, again, I'm going to use a curvy line. You can use any kind of designs and patterns that you wish to use. So I'm using the diamonds there. Created two small diamonds with a bigger diamond in the middle, and now I need to create the zigzag lines. And I'm closing my border there for the pattern and giving it a try again. Great. Now I am using the circular pattern. So there are two small circles and the big circle, and then ending them with another two more circles there. So there is my circle. I'm trying to pull it a little bit up, yes, so that it looks more elegant there. And now I am creating the building because my Maasai, who is a businessman, is going to work. So he is going to the big buildings. Remember, you could shape your buildings in different forms. I have used the rectangular shape, but you could use ovals or stars or circles, whatever kind of shapes you'd like to use. And I've given it windows, so in the future, 10 years down the line or so, we could have different forms or different shapes for the windows. So it's upon you to create your own imaginative windows and I'm going to paint it. So I painted the windows there. So I like the yellow and the blue. That's why I'm going with them. You could use any colors. And of course, your Maasai could be of a different view, doing something different, not being a businessman. It could be doing something else. It could be on Mars. It could be doing any other thing, which is creative. And I'm trying to fix the legs now. They're not very visible, but I'm trying to paint them. And my Maasai is done. It's ready. You could create more things.